Megan Johnston, who was adopted at 2 years old, speaks about the hardships she has experienced.
Unlike most trauma, adoptees are faced with a challenge others don't, which is the expectations and that they should be grateful that they were adopted.
Johnston explains that oftentimes individuals think adoption is a great thing done out of love. Even in those circumstances, it doesn't take away the pain or trauma that child may have endured.
As someone who was adopted internationally, I have faced a lot of identity crises, a lot of trouble fitting in, and a whole onslaught of different negative emotions that have all stemmed from the abandonment.
Nikki Eining is a statewide pediatric mental health care access program coordinator for the University of South Dakota Center for Disabilities. As a licensed social worker, she states that one misconception is when a child is adopted as an infant that no trauma has occurred. Eining says when working with parents and caregivers of adoptees, she works to bring awareness to adverse child experiences, also known as ACEs.
So in that ACEs research that has started with the CDC in the early 90s, separation from a biological parent is considered an adverse childhood experience.
Eining explained, even though children are grateful to be in a safe and loving home with caregivers, it is normal for them to feel sad, confused, and angry about their adoption.
Even if they're placed in a nurturing home with no toxicity, there will still be a lot of trauma in that child. And if the parent doesn't understand and is able to accommodate for that, then it'll just result in more difficulties for the child.
Eining and Johnston say being aware and educating yourself about adoption can make a difference.
As adults, it's really just trying to educate ourselves of what happens to our nervous system if we've experienced trauma.
Before my mom adopted my brother and I, she did a lot of research about relinquishment trauma, international adoption, and all of that, just so she could at least have a slight understanding of what I might face as I age. I think being aware that there is a lot of pain in adoption and that adoptees will still face lots of challenges no matter how much love you give them.